I don't want to go to bed like this. I just need that good night kiss from the love that's you. I don't want to fuss and fight, not right now. I just need that warm embrace, keep my pace down. What makes me weary, babe? Help me go to bed. What makes me weary, babe? Help me rest my head. I can't seem to hold myself just right. I need my Miss Right to hold me tight. There's a stirring in my heart always, but her hand on my heart keeps that rustle away. What makes me weary, babe? Help me go to bed. What makes me weary, babe? Help me rest my head. What makes me weary? Help me go to bed. What makes me weary? Help me rest my head. I don't want to go to bed, not like this. I need my missus kiss. Lay your ear down to the land of lakes. I'll lay mine by the dock of the bay. What makes me weary, babe? Help me go to bed. What makes me weary, babe? Help me rest my head. What makes me weary? Help me go to bed. What makes me weary? Help me rest my head.
Well, look who we have in the Yarden on this week's episode of Locally Grown. We have Brian Farrow.
Hello?
Brian, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your music. How'd you get started? What are you doing?
Oh man, so many ways to get into that question. Well, my name's Brian Farrow. I've been playing music in town for the past 10 years. I started off playing jazz with a guy named Alvin Trask. He teaches over at Montgomery College, trumpet player, amazing trumpet player. And then when I went to Clarksburg High School, I went to Richard Montgomery first, but then Clarksburg High School when the bassist left. and ended up going to college. There was a upright bass spot, so I decided, like at 17, let me pick up the upright bass. And then I learned that was a good way to get into college, so I ended up going to Howard and playing upright bass. And then I left there to just start playing music in town, and I was playing jazz and classical for a while, and then really I'm always interested in new music and anything involved with music, so I just started branching out, and I've always been a big fan of old-time jazz. To get into it, through bass, I learned about these old-time jazz players, Pops Foster, Mel Hinton, one of my favorites, and a guy named Bill Johnson. And that, like, the way they played bass was totally different from Paul Chambers, who I love, but like all the bebop era basses, totally different. Bill Johnson was like that peg that kept me connected to like an older history, and I didn't get involved with that older history until jump forward a couple of years. I started playing with a guy named Don Flemons.
Don Flemons from the
Carolina Chocolate Drops. He's one of the founding members of the Carolina Chocolate Drops. And
I'm very familiar with that.
And we just got to talking about music. I was getting into the string band music through like the Hackensaw Boys, and around here I was playing with a group called the Delafield String Band.
Okay.
And through Delafield I met Hackensaw, and through Hackensaw I met Dom at a festival out in Duck Creek in Ohio. I believe it was Ohio. And we just got to talking about music, and we ended up starting a friendship that still is going on today, and we're still playing together. And we just I cut a couple of tracks on his new album, Black Cowboys album, which should be dropping next year, and that is a broad overview of my
and
music
you've
history.
got a project now going on with something with Grease.
Yeah. I think with everything that I've been doing and my music career, like continuing to grow, I had to figure out what I was going to do with it, and I ended up watching not watching, but listening to a This American Life episode.
Ira Glass.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was about.
I met him at the Half Moon Barbecue 10 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
You still know him? Because I've got to
No,
meet
I
him.
don't. No.
One of these days, I got to meet him and be like, "Hey, thanks for that episode."
He tells a story.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I got to listen to there's a recent story that came out about him being a party clown for a while.
Oh, okay.
Which is an interesting history. Anyways,
I put myself through college doing gorillograms, but that's another story.
Really
7 years.
we all have weird histories.
Yes.
don't we?
Yes.
I
Speaking of
Come
bebop
on.
musicians, here's bebop. That's our
anyways,
cameo.
Anyways,
Grease.
Bebop, you should come to Greece sometime. They would love you out there. I ended up listening to an episode about Greece, and what I heard, or what I took from the episode, is that the refugees, after risking their lives to cross the Mediterranean to get to Greece, to have some sort of access to the European Union, they were just sitting there for months and years at a time, and bored with nothing to do. And I just thought, like, why not? They should have music, and I wanted to like share music. And I ended up going. A friend of mine was working for ActionAid, and I ended up doing a music therapy program through them. And now I just want to keep on doing it, just because I've been so inspired and so moved and connected with the people there in Greece, the refugees there in Greece, that I want to continue to help them. I want to continue to be a part of I think this era's mass displacement of people.
My niece Patsy is an art therapist.
Yeah.
And when she first told me she was going to study art therapy, I thought that was kind of funny. Here, have some origami. But what I found out that through the way in which I operate is that when I'm operating creativity, I am much a better person. All right, and I can get down and get into the depths. But when I'm taking pictures, when I'm making shows, when I'm doing things creatively, all right, creatively, I'm a better person. So now I understand the importance of music and art therapy.
Yeah.
And that's real important. And you're raising some money to do some stuff with that?
Yeah, I've got a campaign going right now. I'm dubbing the whole project Melodies from Refugees, and I'm one of the students that I have over in Greece at the Sisto refugee camp. She was really asking that I come back and do it again, and I wasn't planning to go until winter. And I don't really like asking for money that much, but I really wanted to go, and I really wanted to continue to develop these relationships.
Well, it's for a good cause.
Right.
Right. So we can put a link to that?
Yeah. I've got a
All
GoFundMe. You can go to GoFundMe, Melodies for Refugees, and check out...
We'll put a link to that right here. Okay? And then you also have a website.
I have a website. It's really easier to. I don't really update the website right now,
Okay.
but through Facebook.
All
I think
right,
Facebook is a more immediate way to connect with people. And if you just go to Facebook, it's Facebook/Farrow, and it's Farrow Farrow, then Pharaoh, the Egyptian way.
Okay. And what are you going to play for us here in the Yarden today?
I think the next tune I'm gonna play is a spin on an old bluegrass number.
All right.
I think you're gonna recognize it.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get to that here in the Yarden.
Rolling in my sweet baby's arms, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Hang around that shack till the mail train gets back, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. I ain't working on no railroad, I ain't working on no farm. Hang around that shack till the mail train gets back, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. I'll be rolling, rolling, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling, rolling, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Hang around that shack till the mail train gets back, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. I know your father don't like me, your mother shooing you away from your door. If I had this life to live over again, I wouldn't come round your place, not no more. I'd be rolling, rolling, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. rolling, rolling, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Hang around that shack till the mail train gets back, rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Where were you last Saturday night when I was bound up in jail? Rolling around town with some other man, wouldn't even pay my bill. 'Cause you know what? You were rolling, rolling, rolling in your sweet baby's arms. Rolling, rolling, rolling in your sweet baby's arms. Hang around that shack till the mail train gets back, rolling in your sweet baby's arms. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Hanging around that shack till the mail train gets back. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. This next song is another original, and I did this one. I did this one as part of the Clara Barton sessions. Clara Barton sessions. We got a bunch of musicians that are connected with American roots music, and we made an album to commemorate the revitalization of the Clara Barton Museum. And this is the song I put on it. If you get the album, I'm playing fiddle on it, but I've got a version on guitar that I'm going to share. Myself and my love walk this land to understand what we're fighting for. There's war and lovers, war brings heat, which lovers treat with this here refrain. Heat, don't need it, your fire, and just transpires your arm, throw 'em down with them holes in the ground and be sound. Your love hills all around. My dear Clarissa, stain her hands with the blood of man down in freedom's war. Wagner, say your heart. You played your part. Now take care of your needs. 'Cause your heat don't need it. Your fire just transpires your arm. Throw 'em down with them holes in the ground and be sound. Your love hails all around. These lands divided by reason right and reason wrong, but we get along. We walk on anguish and love alike. You choose tonight what you focus on. 'Cause your heat don't need it. Your fire just transpires your arm. Throw 'em down with them holes in the ground and be sound. Your love hails all around. 'Cause your heat don't need it. Your fire just transpires your arm. Throw 'em down with them holes in the ground and be sound. Your love hails all around. Your love hails all around. Your love hails all around. I'm gonna do an old Hank Williams tune. When I woke up this morning, there was a note up on my door. Said, don't make me no coffee, babe, 'cause I won't be back no more. That's all she wrote. I sent your sad home. Jonah got along with the belly of the whale. Daniel in the lion's den. But I know a guy who didn't try to get along, and he won't get a chance again. That's all she wrote. I sent your sad home. Let me tell you something. My gal's short and stuffy. She's strong as she can be. But if that little old gal of mine ever gets a hold of me, that's all she wrote. I'll send your saddle. You know what she didn't do? She ain't forward no address. She ain't say no goodbyes. All she said was if you get blue, just hang your little head and cry. That's all she wrote. I sent your saddle home. You know what? Everybody that's listening, I don't think you heard me the first time. Jonah got long in the belly of the whale. Daniel in the lion's den. But I know a guy who didn't try to get along, and he won't get a chance again. That's all she wrote. I sent your saddle on. So this is the end of the story. This is the sad end to the story. When I went down to the bank this morning, cashier said with a grin, I feel so sorry for you, Brian, but your wife has done been dead. That's all she wrote. I sent your saddle on. You know what? Did you know that every time it rains, pennies from heaven? And don't you know the clouds contain pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. So be sure to keep that umbrella, keep it upside down. And trade them in for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you got to have showers. So when you hear that thunder roar, don't you run under a tree. There'll be plenty and plenty of pennies from heaven for you and me. Yes, there will. Yes, there will. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know the clouds contain pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. So be sure to keep your umbrella, keep 'em upside down, and trade them in for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things that you love, you got to have showers. So when you hear their thunder, don't you run under a tree. There'll be plenty of pennies from heaven for you and me. Yes, there'll be plenty of pennies from heaven for you and me. Yes, there'll be plenty of pennies from heaven for you and me. How you doing, man?
Good. Great. Brian,
Is that all for...
that's it for today, and we did a number of songs here and there. You brought Pennies from Heaven here into the yard, and the birds sang along.
Hey, every time it rains.
Every time it rains, Everybody, tune in each week, locallygrowndc.com, where we grill and groove here in the Yarden. Thank you.